I am currently 2 weeks out from NPC Universe, coming off the highest day I have ever encountered. 2 consecutive high days at that. I just spent the last 7 days diligently training my core while implementing my gut reset. 2 of those days were very high food days. And this is what is possible when you do the work and you master yourself. Day 3, right? Okay. Day 3, okay, I have done 2 bent over on my own, 1 standing up on my own. Our house is still a mess, clearly, but we're gonna get through this. Day 3, ready? Today was check-in day and I have 2 high days the next 2 days, so I fear that this is gonna be a little more challenging with more food in my stomach, but we are practice peaking me, so this is gonna be actually really good for me to practice for going into show. 2 more, and then 2 standing up. Last one for day 3. Macy is currently getting a pedicure. Day 3. See you tomorrow. You guys, I legit never know what day it is. So yesterday was actually day 4. We are on day 5. Today's check-in was my lowest body weight this prep, which is 121.9. So with the plan adjustments made of adding in more rest, pulling back on upper body, and in the midst of this core has been getting snatched, okay? So after yesterday's check-in, we now switched to daily check-ins because we are going to practice peaking me with my new core. So today is a rest day, today is a high day, and tomorrow is a lower body day, and tomorrow is a higher day. So since food is higher, I am going to adjust my core control regimen, and I'm going to do vacuums in between meals. So I just had meal 1, and this is what I am looking like this morning. I already did my 6 rounds bent over and my 3 standing up prior to checking in. I did a good amount of posing with my check-in, and now I'm gonna do 3 rounds of vacuums after eating. All right, you guys, I am at Together Yoga and Pilates. I am 2 meals in, gonna do some posing, but first I am going to do another round of vacuums. I'm gonna do 3 rounds, 20-second holds. And now we're gonna do a quick pose before I run home and have meal number 3. Night 5, high food day. Gonna do a pose. I've done 2 rounds of vacuums so far. 2 bent over, 1 standing. This is the real test. I think it's going pretty good. Vacuums, okay. Night 5. I feel like for the amount of food I ate today, All right, I'm gonna shower and then we're gonna do how many more? 3 more? Okay, you guys, hair wash night. Not supposed to do upper body, but that's the closest we got. Are we ready? 3 left. We're gonna do standing first. Whew. We've come a long ways in 5 days. Do not underestimate the power of repetition.
Did you try to do 3 of those before you went to shower?
Yep. I've also done 3 in between every meal today. Last one.
Okay.
That's it. Day 5. Good morning, you guys. We are on day 6. I just got done telling Ryan that I'm just waiting for my core to fail me, and it won't. So I'm coming off one high day. I'm about to check in, and I like the way I look. I like the way I feel after some more food. I'm going to step on the scale, and what we've been doing every morning is Ryan has been guessing my weight. So what do you think my weight is going to be today?
121.7.
121.7. Yesterday I was 121.9, which is my lowest body weight this prep. So he is guessing lower after I've had more food and coming off a rest day. So I'm not sure. I've been weighing myself daily this entire prep, and it's kind of hard to tell because mentally after you eat more food, you think you're going to be up like 5 pounds, right? I genuinely don't know, and I don't really care. So let's see if Ryan's right today. Okay. Ryan was incorrect. My body weight went up today after my rest day, after my first high day. Weight this morning was 122.3. Yesterday it was 121.9. So just went up a little bit, which I was anticipating. I felt like I was a little bit heavier, but even though I weigh daily, sometimes it's hard to guess because sometimes after a rest day and more food, I'll have a drop. And then sometimes after a training day, my weight will go up because inflammation's higher. So at this point in time, it is just information. And actually 2 weeks out from my last show, I was 124.5. And today I'm 122.3, but we have a different look. We are going with a different approach. So it's just very interesting. We are on daily check-ins. I just checked in with coach, got feedback immediately, and we are looking good. Core is looking good. Digestion is perfect. I never felt too full. I didn't feel too bloated, and that's really how we want to keep it. We don't want to like stuff me going into the show because we want to make sure that my core stays in control. So now today is a higher food day. So I'm putting together meal 1 right now. We are adjusting my lower body training today to 2 reps in reserve because we don't want to burn through all of the food. We want to let the food fill me out. So I'm gonna bring you through my high food day and how I control my core on a high food day. So let's eat. I am first having my gut drink and my mushroom coffee while I get meal number 1 together. If you want my gut drink recipe or my mushroom coffee link, comment below and I will send it to you. Meal number 1 is 80 grams of oats, got 100 grams of egg whites, 3 whole eggs, 100 blueberry, 100 strawberry. I've been skipping my spinach. Plan calls for 40 grams. Sometimes I'll put in a greens powder, but for the time being so close to show, I'm just leaving it out. I have been obsessed with savory oats, so I've got my over easy eggs in here and my egg whites on half. I also get 20 grams of honey, so I'm gonna do the honey on the other side. I love this meal, but I'm a weird and I do not like my fruit mixed in with my oatmeal. I like it cold and I like it on the side. So this is how I've been eating this meal. I am gonna eat this outside. I've been having my breakfast with some fresh air, reading my book. I've got some work to do this morning, some clients checking in. But you guys, this is the highest my food has ever been during a competition prep. Like what I'm consuming today is a lot of food. And so this entire prep, we've been implementing the strategy of doing like 2 or 3 consecutive high days. And this prep has been fantastic. I have had very little hunger. My cardio has been minimal. I have no cardio today. My steps are 4,000 to 5,000 and we're doing reps in reserve. So in between shows, especially, this feels very weird because typically in between shows, you're like pushing for conditioning or scrambling to get ready for the next one. And really for me, we are just refining the details. We are getting softer. We are nailing my core control. And so this practice peak right now, being 2 weeks out, seeing how my body responds to filling me out is extremely important. So I'm excited to bring you guys through it, and I'm gonna go get this meal. All right, you guys, I got a little bit buried in work. I need to clear my head, clear my energy. I'm gonna go on a quick little walk around the block and we are gonna chat before I make my pre-workout. All right, let's go. First and foremost, because this is the core control saga, there is no topic off limits here, okay? I do not have a consistent bathroom routine. It is a good day for me if I wake up in the morning and need to use the restroom, okay? We are on day 6 of the core control saga, and every single day I have had at least one regular bowel movement. In the last 2 days, I have had a midday regular complete bowel movement. This is coming from a girl that has been constipated for the last 15 years of her life. So naturally, in addition to my gut reset, core control is going to be a part of my personality. So stand by and stay tuned because I genuinely feel that by me taking the reins on this experience, I can really help guide people in their own health, wellness, and fitness journey, especially when it comes to digestion. I don't care if you're trying to get on stage or not, but I am very passionate about gut health and digestion. And this has just literally, I'm not even gonna say change the game. It has changed the life. It has changed my life. Hello.
Hello.
Just a girly pop, the selfie stick. Nothing to see, okay? I have fully decided on what I want to eat post-show, and it's a big ass bowl of half savory oats. So plain oats over easy eggs, egg whites. Half oats with honey and almond butter on top, sprinkle of salt, and a side of blueberry, strawberry. 2 weeks out, that's what I want to eat post-show, okay? I don't want no bagel with cream cheese or pancakes or French toast. None of that bullshit. I want what I want. We are hitting lower body A. So let's go. I have 125 grams of banana. If you know me, I like my banana cold. Don't knock it till you try it, okay? I have this weighed. I'm gonna put this in the freezer while I'm assembling my meal. So I follow a meal plan. I do not do macros. My food sources always stay the same. So if I'm doing a higher day, a lower day, food sources essentially remain the same. For my pre-workout carb, I always do Pride Foods rice and grinds. I've been eating this for like 5 years. My flavor combo of choice is half brown sugar cinnamon, half churro. So in today's high pre-workout meal, I get 85 grams of cream of rice. I did 50 grams of the brown sugar cinnamon and 35 of the churro. I have always made this in the microwave, but recently I've started doing it on the stove top, which is like literally a game changer. So I have about 10 ounces of water boiling, and then I'm gonna add this in. This is gonna cook very quickly. And while I'm assembling that, I'm gonna do chicken for my protein. I do have the choice to do protein powder, but literally since probably 4 weeks before my first show, when I started really doing my gut resets, I pulled protein powder. Now, this was before my core control journey, you guys, so we may revisit sooner rather than later, but I'm gonna get through this season first. Even with this one, which works and digests the best for me, I don't wanna risk it when my food volume is higher. Just like anything that could possibly make me bloated, I don't wanna mess around with it. So I've been sticking with chicken, but if I were to do any protein powder, the one that works best for me is Momentous. This is clean, grass-fed whey protein isolate, no fillers, no gums, no nothing. Like this literally won't even make you a whey drip. But how I blend it and my preferred way to eat it, which is like literally so delicious, and I miss it, and you should stop talking about it because now I'm gonna start thinking about it. I love blending it in my KitchenAid blender because it like whips it and it makes it into like a Wendy's Frosty is legitimately what it tastes like. And if you do the vanilla with strawberry, oh my God. So we'll get into this at another time, but for now, for today, for this meal, I am doing chicken. I am subbing chicken. I portion my food out the night before, but I cook, rehydrate all my food on the stovetop if I can. If I'm in office or on the road, I will obviously use a microwave. Cooking the cream of rice on the stovetop, it literally cooks in like 30 seconds. It is awesome. There's like very little finesse that you have to do with the microwave and the stirring, but you do have to keep an eye on it if the heat is very high. And I actually like to use this spatula to stir it because it doesn't stick to the bottom. So I'm gonna turn the heat down to like a 2, and this is gonna cook like super, super, super quick, and it's gonna make the perfect consistency. So literally, you guys, this is perfection. It's kind of a dance getting this all together, but while this cools, my chicken cooks and my banana cools, I'm gonna do 3 rounds of vacuums, 20-second holds. I'm also, in the words of Laura Leach Patos, getting my little drinky drinks together. I have been doing the Tingle Free Essential Pre-Workout Raspberry Lime by Bum or Raw Nutrition. I have been doing Evogen's Essential Amino Acid, the peach mango flavor. I drink this with a liter of water while I'm training. I drink this on my way to the gym. I mean, it's perfect, you guys. We are gonna put the finishing touches on this meal, which is honey and almond butter. And rule number 1 with any plan, especially during prep, read it several times. 30 grams of honey and 12 grams of almond butter. Oops. Okay, there we go. If you don't know how to weigh almond butter, this is the correct way. You put the almond butter on the scale, hit tare, and then you're gonna scoop it out. I get 12 grams, and I like some to go on my chicken, the rest to go on here. Just like so. And you guys, full disclosure, honey, almond butter, and salt is just like a top tier combo, okay? This and my breakfast are both my favorite meals. We are heading in to train lower body A today, and we are doing 2 reps in reserve. I will first do my mobility work, and then I will get through this lower body A day. I was just talking to Ryan about this because we have to do this whole dance because we have 1 vehicle. We had 2. I have a car, but we loaned it to a family friend because she was going through a hard time. And so for the last like over a year, we do this whole dance with coordinating our workouts and picking each other up and dropping each other off. There's like 3 different gyms that we go to because with us being business owners, basically one of us always needs to be available. If you are in the pursuit, if you are a bodybuilder, if you are in your health, wellness, and fitness journey, the number 1 thing that people always say when it comes to not wanting to commit to a program or to a coach is the investment aspect of it. Like cost effective wise, bodybuilding is expensive. The health, wellness, and fitness pursuit is expensive. You know, buying high quality food, buying enough food, protein's expensive, gym membership. It's not only an investment of your money, but also your time, right? I understand that more than anybody, especially being a business owner, because people think in the first few years of being a business owner, you're just like rolling in the money, and it's actually quite the opposite. It is such a financial strain to be an athlete and to be a business owner and to be in the pursuit of both. Like at the beginning of my bodybuilding journey, at the beginning of my business owner journey, like at the same level, at the same time. Because essentially, we went all in on all of this at the same time. And in doing that, Ryan quit his corporate job, which was never part of the plan. That corporate job was supposed to support us in this venture to have a comfortable life so that nothing could change. And that wasn't the reality. 3 months in, Ryan left the corporate world and we went all in on this business. So for 3 years, we have worked 7 days a week. After 2 years, we sold our home and we are currently renting. And after our family friend returned our car, we just had to sell it. In addition to that, we both used to work with the same coach, but Ryan decided to take the year off, and that helped with the financial strain so that I was able to continue working with my coach. So what I'm trying to say is there is a cost to everything. You have to decide what price you're willing to pay. When people decide they want to commit to who they say they want to be, and then they're reminded on a weekly basis and held accountable on a weekly basis to who they say they want to be, the two things that I hear the most is that it's such a busy time and they're going to wait for things to slow down. And the one thing I can guarantee you is that life is always going to be asking something of you, and life is never going to slow down, you guys. And then the second part of that is the financial aspect. But again, there is a cost to everything, and that is one investment that I and we as a partnership aren't willing to negotiate with. But there's also a mental and emotional cost, and that's what I call chosen suffering. I've been at a place and a point in my life where my chosen suffering was coping with my stress and connecting with my husband over food and drink on a weekly basis. And it was at the cost and expense of my personal goals. That was a choice I was making on a weekly basis over and over and over again. Now, my chosen suffering is checking in with my coach on a weekly basis, not being at war with myself, progressing towards my goals, and getting closer and closer to the person that I say I want to become. That is my chosen suffering, and that does not feel like suffering at all whatsoever. And so I guess if you're trying to decide how committed you are to being who you say you want to be and how to hold yourself to that higher standard, what I've come to terms with over the years is at which lens I am looking through all of these things with. Am I looking at my coach through the lens of support, which he is there to offer me on a weekly basis? Or am I looking at my coach through the lens of judgment, which is just a mirror reflecting the judgment that I have on myself for not being who I say I want to be? So you have to determine, what price are you willing to pay? What's your chosen suffering? And are you looking for a reason to continue, or are you looking for a reason to quit? I can only speak for myself, but I'm not a quitter. So let's go get this lower body A day, okay? All right, you guys, home from lower body A. I am making my post-workout meal right now. It's just chicken, rice, but a lot of chicken and rice, okay? This is a high day. So I have actually 250 grams of rice, 65 grams of chicken, and 12 grams of almond butter. I reheat on the stove. So while that is reheating, I am going to do 3 rounds of vacuums, 20 seconds. And my core was awesome during training. Sometimes during training, I feel bloated, especially because you guys saw my pre-workout meal today. Even during training, I did a couple vacuums too. So we're gonna do 3 rounds, 20 seconds while my food's cooking. Gonna get that in and get on with the night. guys, I'm gonna try to keep my emotions out of this, but I'm getting a little emotional about how far we've come in 6 days. Tomorrow marks 1 week of this core control venture. Wow, I have learned so much. So if you're along with the journey, stay tuned because we're 2 weeks out tomorrow and it's just gonna continue to get better. In real time, we are trying to figure out how I can go live here on YouTube because I would love to go live and like make my meals with you guys and we can hang out more. So if anybody has any tips on monetizing or whatever, again, this is like a new channel and I'm learning. So please drop your tips below in the comments. I'm going all in on this YouTube venture, okay? I'm doing 3 rounds of 20-second holds. Meal 4 is going in. I have 210 grams of white jasmine rice, 35 grams of French cut green beans, 65 grams of chicken breast, and 20 grams of almond butter on top. Here we have it. Almond butter on chicken and on rice. It's just top tier, you guys. I also take my evening supplements with this meal, and I have been doing 2 ounces of lemon juice and 2 ounces of aloe vera juice with this meal. I do this in my gut drink in the morning, but I've been doubling up at nighttime and it's been helping tremendously with my digestion. In my gut drink in the morning, I do dilute it with water and add apple cider vinegar and glutamine, but in the evening, I've just been doing lemon juice, aloe juice, and that's it. This is what we call some good old-fashioned discipline, you guys. It is 9 p.m. I need to do my vacuums, my 6 rounds, bent over, standing up. I need to do my evening posing, and I have 1 more meal to get in. I also need to shower. Not in this order. So let's do it, okay? It has been a full day of eating. And we are gonna start with some vacuums. It is feeling very difficult to vacuum with this much food in my stomach. Not gonna lie. But considering here's what I'm going to tell you about training your core. This is repetition and progression. Adding in more reps in between meals with the added food volume is obviously making this harder. But it has really helped with my digestion today. I'm not going to lie. Like I can feel things actually moving rather than just like sitting heavy in my stomach. All right, I did 1 and 1 on my own. I'm gonna do some posing. I'm gonna shower to hopefully relax my stomach a little bit. Ryan's gonna come up, finish with me, and then I'm gonna get my last meal in and go to bed. And then I'm gonna check in the morning. I will say my core has never looked better with this much food in it. All right, you guys, finishing out, I look really good. We are finishing out this high day, day 6 of the core control saga. I have done an additional 12 vacuums today, 3 between each of my 5 meals. That's on top of my 6 bent over, morning, evening, 3 standing up, morning, evening. That's a lot of vacuums. And I even added some in during my training. So, repetition, progression. There's no excuses why this waist isn't gonna be snatched. I will say with the amount of food I've eaten today, I think it looks pretty good. I would probably say too, I'm the only person in prep that literally does not want to eat this last meal. I am so full. But we are going to finish off. Ryan is committed to supporting me in this journey, so we're going to finish out my last 2 of the night bent over, okay?
Okay.
That's
Good.
best it's ever been. I can't believe it's been 1 week. 1 week of the core control saga. I'm looking forward to my check-in tomorrow. But I'm going from my highest food day to my lowest food day, and actually I'm also looking forward to that because it's gonna be nice to on my digestive system, to be honest with you. Do this last vacuum, get this last meal so I can go to sleep.
Good.
We did it, you guys! Right?
Mm-hmm.
We did it! Day 6. You guys, this is so much rice about to go down. 210 rice, 90 beef, 35 French cut. And drum roll, please. I would be much more excited about my 30 grams of dates if I wasn't so full at the moment. I would also be much more excited if these weren't dry as hell. However, I do have some backups. I forgot I had these in the cupboard, and these are much better. I'm gonna go with Julie's. For show, I will not reheat with water because we have this little rice cooker that we'll bring with us, so my rice will be fresh. But because I portion out my rice the night before, it's cold in the fridge, and I like to reheat it so it's fresh on the stove. I'm usually a real tweak about my food touching, but at the moment I really don't care. So this is my meal, and I'm going to top it with my dates, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And with this meal, I take some supplements also. So I'm gonna take 2 berberine, magnesium glycinate, and some ZMA. Ryan also made me a peppermint tea, so I'm gonna drink that in bed after I chow this down. I'm already so tired before eating this, so I'm gonna go eat this, go to bed, and we are going to check in the morning. I will see you then. I need to tell you guys the weirdest thing in my life. With all the food I have eaten today, I can literally feel my underwear hanging off of my butt cheeks right now. This happens. And I feel like my prep face is prepping. It's so interesting how the body changes when you have more carbohydrates. But we'll see how we look in the morning. It has officially been 7 days. 1 whole week of the core control saga. You guys, I cannot even. I just checked in with Coach. This is after the highest day I have ever eaten. I am honestly shocked. This is not even my core. This is legitimately insane. So first and foremost, obviously I did this for stage. I did this for show, right? It was to present myself better. These last 7 days have legitimately changed my life. I have always felt so self-conscious and disconnected from my core, from my digestive system. Digestion is the most important thing to me in the world. It is literally why I became a health coach, because I struggled with digestive issues so bad. It really damaged my relationship with food. It damaged my relationship with my body. I have always just felt so out of control when it came to my core. And it's always been a massive area of struggle in my health, wellness, and fitness journey, and especially in this pursuit. So physically, externally, it is very apparent that my waist is tighter, my core is tighter. I'm able to control this better. I can activate my abs. This is the best my core has ever looked, especially coming off a super high food day. Typically, I'm pretty bloated. I push my meals back. It's a whole thing. However, by implementing the vacuums fasted, by implementing the vacuums at the end of the day after a full day of eating, whether it's a training day, whether it's a low day, or whether it's a super high day, and especially implementing the vacuums in between meals during my high days. Not only do I have a tighter waist where my front pose looks better, my routine looks better, I just look better, but my digestion has never been better. In a matter of a few days, I was having regular, complete bowel movements. By day 3, I was having more than 1 complete bowel movement a day. I have learned the most about my body that has literally changed my life in the last 7 days, all because I went to NPC Michigan State, couldn't control my core on stage, and decided to do something about it. So I took you through a lot of what I did, the 6 rounds of 20-second holds, bent over, standing up. I took you through a lot of that, and I did the most these last 7 days. Not only was it physically exhausting, but it was mentally tough, especially starting out, but it got easier and easier because I was getting immediate results, you guys. And I do not promote or preach quick fixes. And I wouldn't consider this a quick fix because it requires a lot of work. If you struggle in this area and you want relief fast, the 2 things I suggest doing are implementing my gut reset. So cleaning up your variables so that you're not dealing with bloating and gas and all of the things. Get very consistent with your meals, follow my gut reset, and implement what I'm doing. If you want a guide on this, if you want support on this, I would love to coach people through this, truly. I would love to give you a regimen. I would love to coach you through this. So if that's an area of interest, please comment below. Like, I was so hesitant to share this journey, you guys, but I am so glad that I did. Wow. I want to thank you guys for following along with the journey. I'm going to continue to document, but 7 days alone changed everything. And stay tuned because we are just getting started with this core. 2 more weeks to perfect this package. But that is all I've got for you in this episode, and I will see you in the next one.